Here is Precal. It's problem number 5-7, and it is asking us to use the graph of x squared minus 4 to sketch the graph of f of x equals 1 over x squared minus 4 without using a graphing calculator. State the equations of the asymptotes in the graph of y equals f of x. So I went ahead and graphed y equals x squared minus 4. I can recognize that it is just a parabola that's moved down by 4. So that's the one that's here in pencil. And then I know that this is the reciprocal. So everywhere where the original graph is 0, it's going to make this denominator 0. So basically these two x-intercepts are where this original graph is 0. So when we have something that's undefined, the graph can't go there, so we make these asymptotes. So this graph is undefined here. And then I wrote the equations of the asymptotes, x equals 2 and x equals negative 2. And then I'm going to use end behavior to get the graph of this reciprocal function. So, also there's another asymptote. We learned there's a video up on your Google Classroom, I think, that we watched in class. Because this can never equal 0, this axis right here is actually a horizontal asymptote. The degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. And it also can make sense if you think really hard about where is this graph going to cross the x-axis. Well, it would cross the x-axis whenever this numerator is 0, but the numerator can never be 0 because it's 1. So hopefully that helps you remember that there's this asymptote here. So now it's going to be very easy to graph this reciprocal function. I mean, I think I can tell it's just going to go this way, and then there's going to be one down here, and then there'll be one up here, but I can be sure about that if I think about really big values of x. If I plug them in down here, it's going to make the denominator really big, and it's going to be positive. It's going to be big and positive here. So it's going to have to go this way. I hope this pen is dark enough that makes sense. And then I predict the graph is probably going to just come up like this and back down. I don't know. What could we do to find a y-intercept? We could put x as 0. And then when x is 0, there's going to be a y-intercept, right? So there's going to be a y-intercept at 1 over negative 4, or negative 1/4. So just plug in a 0 for x, and that gives you your y-intercept, and then that kind of makes it for sure that we know it's going to go this way. Okay, and then over here, pretty sure it's just going to go across the top like that. You can tell if you plug in a big giant negative number, like negative 100 or something, when you square it, it's going to end up positive again. Like whatever negative number you plug in for x, it's going to end up positive again. And even if you minus a 4, that's like a drop in the bucket. So it should be, hopefully it'll be clear that you're going like this. It's pretty common for it to go up and then it'll come back from the bottom, like it alternates. Okay, your answer key is wrong in this case. I think they graphed the wrong graph. I think they graphed negative x squared minus 4 or something. They graphed a different graph in your answer key.